BSL has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. BSL has got to go.
Hey, hey. Ho, ho. BSL has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. BSL has got to go. Ho, ho. BSL has got to go. BSL has got to go. Send the dog out to the dog. See, we follow directions well. Who says women don't listen to men? That's right. Hey, how's it going? Good.
Don't run the place.
Well, I want to thank all of you because I remember a few years back coming to a rally. It was a pretty depressing one because it was just after the courts decided not to hear the case and everybody was feeling a little down. And at that rally I said, well, let's introduce a bill. And so we did. And we did another bill. And the second bill had all party support and it went all the way to third reading, got through a committee and everything else. It stopped there, but hey, that's a victory. Because of that bill and because of the support around the House, what I'm hearing, and you may hear differently, but I'm hearing that the law is not being enforced the way it was. So let's celebrate that, because that's something to celebrate. That's because of your work. And I know the people who are speaking for those who can't speak for themselves, and who really are acting for those who can't act for themselves in places like Queen's Park. I know it's difficult, and I know you get tired, and I know you wonder if you're ever going to see the end of this, and I'm here to tell you, you will. BSL will be struck down. There is the Oakland, my friend, is win, and we're a whole lot closer now than we were a few years back, and all it takes is about a year. If this government goes, and it will, because no government lasts forever, and the Liberal government won't either. When the Liberal government goes, so will BSL. So keep on keeping on. You're doing amazing out in the House all the time. And every time we read them out, everybody, all 107 members, and everybody who's listening in hears about this issue. And anybody who knows or has a dog or thinks more than 5 minutes knows how cruel this bill is. I remember the incredible outcry in BC when that vicious owner killed some husky dogs that he was using to make money. There was an outcry across the country. Well, as we let people know that way more dogs have been killed because of BSL and were killed because of that guy, people are waking up. They're waking up. They understand. They get it. And I go door to door in my riding, and I used to get a lot of resistance. I'm not hearing that resistance anymore. People understand that it's not the breed, it's the deed. And again, we just keep on keeping on educating folks so everybody knows. And I want to thank all of our dogs. Look at them all. And this really big pit bull right here with the fur. I want to thank all of the pit bulls who came out. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Because you look at these dogs and they couldn't be more different, and yet most of them are covered by this ridiculous law. So again, keep on keeping on. And proof of what I'm saying is this, that every time I turn around, another jurisdiction has overturned BSL. So we will be just one of those in a long list of those who brought in this legislation, found it didn't work, it doesn't work to keep anybody safer, that just makes us all a little more unsafe, and then it gets overturned. So it's a matter of time, my friends. We will win. So remember that. We will win. So give your dogs some hugs and kisses. I know I'm into the long haul, and I know you are too, and I know our dogs ain't going nowhere. So keep a watchful eye. If any dog gets nabbed because of BSL, let us know, because that will immediately set this issue on fire again. But we hope they don't. We hope what happens is that nobody enforces this unworkable law, and that we get to the point where we just overturn it. So thank you for all your hard work. Thank your dogs. Thank you for being loving, and thank you for keeping on fighting, because it's because of you that this is happening. Thanks.
Princess, here. Princess, here.
Keep it going for our news from Parkdale High Park, ladies and gentlemen. Sherry DeNovo from the NDP.
Thanks again for everybody that took time out of their day to come and join us today. This is a statement from the Dog Legislation Council of Canada, and it goes as follows. Thanks so much to the Pitbull Co-op and Zeldanista for your hard work in putting together this anti-BSL peaceful protest. We regret that we cannot be present today in person, but appreciate the opportunity to provide a short statement to be read on behalf of the Dog Legislation Council of Canada. The DLCC, a national non-profit corporation, was founded in 2003. We actively work to implement non-discriminatory, effective pet-related laws and bylaws. The bulk of our efforts are here in Ontario, but we also have worked extensively in BC, the Maritimes, and other areas, putting out BSL and other fires. We have successfully worked with legislators to replace discriminatory measures with fiscally responsible, enforceable, and fair legislation. We have been involved in dozens of individual cases, mostly in Ontario. We have guided dog owners through the process of defending themselves. If people are willing to go to court, most cases are successful. We help people find lawyers, share legal information needed for defense, and walk people through the process. We have a network of experts whose help has been invaluable. No organization knows more about the Dog Owners Liability Act than the DLCC. We promote the Calgary model and work with lawmakers to ensure they understand there are alternatives to oppressive laws such as BSL, pet limits, and mandatory neutering. All policies that result in unnecessary misery for pets and the people who love them. We funded the constitutional challenge here in Ontario. That case went to the Supreme Court of Canada, where we were denied a hearing without reasons. We had significant portions of the law struck at Superior Court, but the Ontario Liberal government appealed, and the appellate court reinstated the language we had removed. The unlimited resources of provincial government, as well as the assumption that the legislation doesn't make mistakes, mean that cases of this type are very difficult to win. The Ontario Liberals even sent lawyers from the Attorney General's constitutional team to fight dog owners in individual cases. The current government is one that will not admit its mistakes or try to correct them. It is all about being right regardless of the cost to citizens and their families. Fortunately, most Ontarians are now aware of exactly how unfit this government has been. When all was said and done, the court case cost nearly $750,000 and we are still paying for it. Who knew it would take this long to restore sanity to Ontario? Who would have thought the incompetent Liberals would still be in power nearly a decade later? We have had 3 private members' bills passed through the House. The most recent was tri-party supported and only needed to be called for a final vote when McGuinty prorogued Parliament. All bills died on the floor at that time. People often ask how they can help. The best thing to do is contact your member of the provincial parliament, preferably by phone, mail, or fax, to ask them to vote in favour of any bills that seek to remove Ontario's breed-specific legislation. This is important regardless of the party of your MPP, and especially if they are in opposition. If you can book a meeting to speak with them in person, so much the better. There is a handout at the information table about how best to speak with legislators about BSL. I urge you to grab one of those and use it as a reference. It is also very important that signed hard copy petitions be sent in to MPPs so that they know that people in their riding want the breed ban removed. Those 2 things, which cost almost nothing and require only minimal actions, are the best way to help at this time. Since the legislature is closed until the fall and there is currently no bill to remove BSL on the table, we are in a bit of a holding pattern. Knowledgeable dog owners are not the only ones fighting for their rights in Ontario. There are many other citizens who have been on the receiving end of the Ontario Liberals' dictatorial approach to government. Fighting to restore civil liberties is a tough business and not for the faint of heart. We will succeed in overturning the breed ban in Ontario. We confidently say this because there are a group of dedicated, passionate dog owners in this province who will not quit until this law is repealed. We hope that all dog owners and other owners who are concerned about their property rights will stand with us to right this terrible wrong. Remember, democracy is not a spectator sport. The support of caring people is needed if we are to prevail. Thank you so much, everybody. Can't hold it up. I don't have any more hands.
But this is Rocky from the Ontario Pitbull Co-op, and he was one of the first advocate dogs. And then we have Haley, who is another advocate dog with Pitbull Co-op. We have Nikki, who's another, and then we have Daisy, and we also have Matrix. So some of these have recently passed away. They're absolutely excellent dogs, excellent dogs. It's really sad to see them go because with the BSL, it's really going to hard to replace these dogs now, you know. So anyways, we just want to give them a little bit of a tribute and, you know, what can we do? But they are getting older, and the longer this law stays in existence, the more dogs we're going to lose. So anyways, also what I would like to do is I'd love to thank everybody for coming. There's a ton of people that helped out with this event, promoting it, and I would like to thank Rowan for doing the video. I'm not sure if she's still here or not because her battery died. But anyways, I'd like to thank Beth for doing our photos. She does an excellent job with all of our stuff. And just everybody for coming out and having a really great time and being the voice of Ontario Dogs. And hopefully it will change in 2013, who knows, or 2014. But anyways, we've got to keep getting this done, keep getting motivated.